Welcome back, trackside once again. Race fans here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the Eye Splash Retro Kart Series fires things off for race number 9 here in season number 2 on a fast track to his second championship. Marcellus Bruning in that number 61 Blonde Bullet Machine looking to qualify on the pole and set himself up for an easy ride over the next 2 weeks. But first, we've got to figure out how it's all going to go down here tonight. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, David the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. Drivers already on track, turning in their time lapse. Let's get to some of that qualifying information. Drivers looking to snatch that Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet pole award tonight. Marcellus Bruning in that Blonde Bullet 61, top of the speed charts, but Johnny Hamby gonna dethrone the king, and here's Wade Shada taking that Dale Earnhardt Chevy pole position, the provisional pole right now. Quick time belongs to the 12. 24:43 here tonight. They're gonna round that to the 42, so we'll keep it there. Fahey, the Melbourne native, he's going to go second on the speed charts. Great qualifying effort for him. Bruning going to slide all the way back to 4th, and now outside of the top 5 as Christopher Hamlink going to take a spot on the podium positions here, but nobody able to dethrone that number 12 top of the speed charts fast time here tonight in the Dale Earnhardt Chevy. Qualifying session 24:42 belongs to Shada. Austin Dabbs in the 2. He is the only driver yet to put in a qualifying time, so as the time runs out on the jukebox, time beginning to run out on Dabbs' attempts and efforts here. He's got 2 fast laps to try to dethrone the man at the front. There you can see him going by the start finish line. He's going to go 7th with his first time lap. Can he pick up the pace? Will he be able to dethrone Shada at the front of this field? I don't know. I think it's going to be pretty close. I mean, that's about a half a second he's going to have to make up. So, I don't know. That's quite a bit to make up in one lap. We'll see him cross the timing and scoring line here. Cross the start finish line. Does he improve? Yes, but not good enough. Austin Dabbs going to go 5th. And we've got a new first-time pole award winner here tonight with the Eye Splash Retro Kart Series. Wade Shada going to take the Dale Earnhardt Chevy a pole award here tonight. So as drivers get back to the pits and begin to talk to the crew chiefs, trying to make some final changes for tonight's Northeast 80 right here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. We're going to take a brief commercial break, head trackside for your national anthem, and then jump right into your starting lineup. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back from New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs
back trackside. We're going to speed up the pace here. Pace car already underway, ready to make that left-hand turn. Your starting lineup to Shada, front of the field, Darren Fahey. Back in the second row, Hamlink and Hamby, Dabbs, Bruning in row 3. Row 4 is Weininger and Crumley. As we drop the hammer for the first time tonight, green flag flies here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. We're going to get right into some action here down on the bottom of the racetrack. Fahey trying to make something work. Not going to work out for him. He'll slide to the top of the speedway. Beautiful looking Atari retro scheme. Number 9, look for Fahey to be pretty fast here. Shada leading the field. Your Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet Pole Award winner here tonight. First race debut night, debut track. He is showing up and making waves here tonight. I guess if you show up, you gotta show out. And right here is Shada doing a fine job so far. We'll stay green flag racing as we cross the line this time around. Lap number 3, gonna go on the board. We'll drop that Tommy's screen over there to the left-hand side of the screen. Let you follow along. Find your favorite driver, just like we do right here in the production booth. Hamlink, he's gonna take the front of the field. Hamlink taking a big move and grabbing that spot away. We'll take a look at the pass here in just 1 second. Let things cool down here. What a run by that Scotch 3M target, number 82, Christopher Hamlink. One of those drivers that any chance, any given weekend, any given Friday night, you can find him heading towards the front of the field. A little bit of mishaps and misfortunes throughout the season has kept Hamlink away from victory lane, but coming into tonight's race, sitting pretty in the points. He's the closest driver to your points leader. Hamlin sitting at 11 points behind Marcellus Bruning. With 3 races left, we've got tonight's Northeast 80. Then we'll head to Watkins Glen and finish things off at Laguna Seca for championship night. So stay tuned. Keep these next few Friday nights available, because we're going to have some great open wheel Lotus 79 action coming at you and coming your way. Poles that are struggling to get that top spot back, and whoa, into the outside wall. Hamlink all but crushes that right side. Top 4, 5, 6, all single file. We're going to head back in the field. Here's where some hot and heavy action is at. Let's check out Johnny Hamby showing the way around the track. There's the 42 of Darrell Weininger, Bill Smith, and Neil Canning. Not very far off from them. There you can see that 41 tail end of this short little back. Another 2 seconds back. There you can find 37 of Chris Brown. Make no mistakes or doubts about it. Look for Brown to be somewhere by the end of this race. He's always there at the end. He's kind of, I don't want to say magical how he does it, but just slowly throughout the race, he just finds ways to pick up positions, and all of a sudden, well, he's right there inside of the top 5 by the end of every single race so far this season. So look for Brown to put a little bit of pace in this, maybe looking for a longer run, maybe saving a little bit of fuel here. We'll keep our eye on those lap counts as we cross the line. This time around, lap number 9 going to go on the board. Lap 10 coming at you here in just about a half a mile, and Fahey is going to reclaim that second position. Your poles that are now going to fall back to third. Hamlink leads them off of 4, across the line. Lap number 10 now underway. And with lap number 10 around the way, we're going to go ahead and jump around the track just a little bit, trying to bring you some more action out there. Let's jump on board now. Go on board here with that 61 of Marcellus Bruning. Bruning started back in the 6th position. He's up 2 spots here tonight, so heading towards the front. Still a very long way to go where we see Bruning walk away with yet another podium. One of few drivers that has pretty much finished inside of the top 5. If he's finished a race, it's been inside of the top 5. So Bruning having a great season, backing up that championship winning performance in season number 1, and Bruning looks to go back to back in the first 2 years. Here with the iSplash Retro Kart Series, Fahey gonna take the top spot away. We saw it all underway right here. From on board with that 61 on Marcellus Sprinting, we'll move back to the front as Hamlin's going to try to mount a charge and take the position back, but your pole sitter looking to the bottom. Shada in that number 12 machine looking to the bottom. To fall back in line, right back into the tire tracks, moving all over his gearbox. Single file from him on back. That's going to be Austin Dabbs, Johnny Hamby, Darrell Weiniger, Neil Cannon, and Bill Smith. Them all lined up right there. So about from 5th all the way back to the 10th position, all lined up, all within striking distance. And here goes Wade to the bottom. He's going to try the waters once again, looking to the inside. It's going to pay off. He's going to come sliding up the racetrack. Whoa, out of the gas and almost into the tail end. Hamlin's got to jump out of the gas big. Close racing action, and how about Austin Dabbs? Dabbs with a late qualifying effort. He qualified 5th, running in 5th, right here in a big thick of things. He's trying to break the draft down the back stretch. He's going to bob and weave a little bit, but looking to float like a butterfly, sting like a bee is that rookie, the debut of Wade Ishida in that number 12 machine. He's going to shock the world, shock this field, and walk away with a race-winning performance in your opening night. It's going to be a tall task, but it looks like the driver is up to that task. Still running inside of your top 2 positions. Your pole sitter looking to get back to the front. Tell you what, let's go back here. Let's take a look. We've got a battle going on right here. Let's go with Bill Smitham and Neil Canning. These 2 drivers going at it on the racetrack. Smitham down on the bottom, Canning up top. And Smitham with the run, not going to work out. High side going to pay off. We'll see how they go in 3. Side by side for the moment. Smitham up the track. He'll cross him over. No, he's going to make that crossover move late, and that's going to open up the door for that Miller highlight. Number 42 of Darrell Weiniger right there, trying to take a position, trying to take a spot. We'll see if he's able to get a position or 2 as we go with the onboard overhead camera shot here, looking down just across the cockpit and across the nose. You see how much movement out of these suspensions. And what would typically seem to be a pretty smooth track here, New Hampshire Speedway. Still a lot of character in this beautiful 1-mile short track on the racetrack here in Northeast. Here we have to jump out of the throttle. The tires giving up just a little bit here. Lap number 20. Tires giving up just a little bit, but begin to get to that temperature zone. We'll keep our eye on pit road, and will we see more drivers continue the trend of no tires, just keeping the older, warmer tires on these machines. Up the racetrack goes Bill Smitham. He's going to have a little bit of a tail slap and a good save. White knuckle moment here on lap number 20 for Bill Smitham. Will cross the line. Lap number 21 now goes on the board with Darren Fahey still out front, starting to break away. Stretch his legs just a little bit. 2/10 of an advantage over Shada in number 12, 82 of Christopher Hamling back in 3rd with Marcellus Pruning and Austin Dabbs. Rounding out your top 5, we're watching the battle from 7th all the way back to 9th. Cannon, Smith, and Weiniger battling for positions. Tail end of the field. Jason Crumley back in 10th. Christopher Brown and Bill Shermitz in the number 17 machine, rounding out the 12th field here tonight for this Lotus 79 Northeast 80 with the iSplash Retro Kart Series. Oh, and we got trouble on the track. Looks like newcomer gonna have some problems. Debut for the rookie, and it's gonna go the wrong way, and oh, that's gonna spell big time trouble now. Looks like a lot of parts and pieces broken on that, trying to get it back to pit road, and it just didn't work out. Caution flag will fly here on lap number 23. And we'll slow the field down. Everybody going to try to catch back up to Darren Fahey as we go back and take a look high above the track with the turn 3 drone cam. Let's watch the Ice Splash replay. And it looks like catching it a little bit late there. Trying to see what may have happened here. Let's go back here one more time. Let's see what's going on here. There it is. You can see it out front. He's just going to lose it. He's just going to spin the car here. Let's take one more look. There you see him already sideways on that different bit of pavement up there. And that's about all she wrote. That's all it took, and around he goes. And we'll go back live front of the field with your race leader inside of the Atari Retro Lotus 79. But he going to bring the field down pit lane. So as drivers head down pit lane, we are going to take a moment to thank Ice Splash for coming on this season, sponsoring this season. Big news coming out of the Retro Kart League, and that's Ice Splash will be back as title sponsor in season number 3. Scheduled out there. We're going to get that to you coming up next week. We'll have official schedules to hand out and talk about, but season number 3 already being looked at, already secured right here with the Turn 3 Racing Network. So keep your fix on Friday nights right here with the Ice Splash Retro Kart League. And Johnny Hamby going to lead him off of pit road. So Fahey going to lose a little bit of time, a little bit of track position. Slow pit stop there for Fahey as we jump back out front with your field. And you know, maybe we gave him that old broadcaster's curse. What do you say, race fans? I mean, we talked about the debut of Wade Shada, and he was having an incredible night, really. Fast and happy hour. Managed to snatch away that Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet. The pole position, and now Shada sitting on pit lane out of tonight's race, heavily damaged. It's going to be a long night for him to even attempt to get back on the track and try to finish tonight's Northeast 80 right here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. And just like that, we're going to go back. Green flag racing this time around. Our good buddy Travis Smith going to go ahead and cut off those pace car lights. So what do you say we roll through 3 and 4 and we get set to roll back on the gas? Let's drop the hammer into the Geico restart zone. We roll and on the gas. Green flag flies. Johnny Hamby going to break away from the field. Caught them all slipping on the restart. Now Fahey going to look to the inside of Bruning for second. We're going to stay with the battle for second as Hamby stepping away here. Can he repeat and go back-to-back visits to victory lane? We'll find out here in about another 50 laps or so. Side-by-side racing for second and third. Fahey and Bruning going at it. Looks like working the bottom of the racetrack will pan out for Darren. He's going to look back to the bottom going into turn number 1, looking for that race lead. Looking to grab the spot away. Fahey to the bottom. That's going to open up the door for Bruning on the top. Marcellus Bruning coming back around, snatching that second position for the moment. Down into 3 and 4, we ride side by side with Fahey and Bruning. Austin Dabbs closing in, and that Texaco Havoline Big K number 2. Austin Dabbs looking good here tonight. Race leader's going to go side by side in turns 1 and 2, and Fahey will win that battle for the moment. Austin Dabbs struggling on the inside. He's going to wiggle a little bit. That's going to leave Hamby at the top. Bruning following suit. 2-3 wide for a moment. It looked like heading into turn number 3. They'll sort it out, go single file as Fahey tries to step away. He's going to weave to the bottom in a little bit of time, but he's still got those 4 drivers right behind them. And how about the recovery from Bill Smitham? Smitham off of turn number 2. He's going to be listed in the 5th position, up 4 spots from where he qualified. So great opening round for this. I shouldn't have said opening round. A great opening start to this race for Smitham in the 55. Whoa, big moment for Fahey. Almost into the outside wall. He's going to kick up some dust off of turn 2. He's going to need maybe another fire suit after this one. That was... Ooh. Still looking racy, front of this field, and how about Austin Dabbs? He's going to grab that top position away from Fahey. He did so last time around. We'll take a look back here in just 1 second. What a turn of events here for Hamlin. What has happened to Christopher Hamlin here on the start? And it looks like maybe just we're not seeing any type of penalties for... Oh, and there is a penalty for Christopher Hamlin. He's going to have some trouble, and that's why he is being lapped now. Trouble for Hamlin as the field looking to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to kind of blend in here. You want to stay, or you're going to have to stay up there near the front of the field. I mean, you got to find a way to get yourself back on the lead lap. To give yourself any sort of shot here. Cautions are going to come few and far between here tonight from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. This track known to have those long green flag runs, but with a field this packed together, and with your front two running side by side, you never know. That caution flag may come a little quicker than what we're anticipating here. One caution tonight so far from Loudon. That's right, New Hampshire Motor Speedway. You're watching the Northeast 80 here with the Ice Splash Retro Kart Series. We'll head across the start-finish line. Lap number 36 now on the board. Fahey with a great run. He's going to grab the top spot back away. Austin Dabbs going to have to now settle for second. Close battle here behind him with Bruning and Hamby. And as Bruning and Hamby settle the score, Hamby's going to fall back a little bit. Bill Smitham right there to pick up the pieces. Smitham still with the top five. Oh, into the outside wall hard. Into the outside wall goes Austin Dabbs, and around he goes. Off of the track, all out of the racing surface, in big trouble here on lap number 37. Austin Dabbs going to have some significant impact, and that's going to put an end to the great run here tonight for that Texaco Havoline Big K. Number 2, Austin Dabbs with trouble. You can see him bottom of the racetrack trying to get the car going, trying to somehow get back to pit lane and trying to fix up anything that he can. Tough break here tonight for Austin Dabbs. There you see him heading down pit lane. The Wounded Warrior tonight gonna try to salvage anything he can as we head back to the front. Marcellus Bruning trying to track down Darren Fahey. There's Johnny Hamby, Bill Smitham, Darrell Weininger, and Jason Crumley running in 6th, 7th place tonight. Chris Brown with Bill Shermitz back in 8th, up 3 positions, so a great debut tonight as well for the 17 machine. Looking to have a good run. We'll see how he goes about his business, but he keeping it wound up on the bottom of the racetrack. As we reach the halfway point here tonight, when we cross the line, let's go ahead and give you your driver highlights and spotlights, your mid-race rundown, your halfway report here tonight, the Northeast 80 for the Ice Splash Retro Kart Series. Darren Fahey showing the way front of the field. Driver sitting in first has been running very clean all night long. The Melbourne Australian native looking to go back to victory lane. The course of about 3 weeks. So the man inside of that Atari, number 9, looking good here tonight, sitting in second after starting outside of your top 5. Inside of that A double B Blonde Bullet, number 61, Lotus 79, Marcellus Bruning running very well here tonight, and he's going to look for his second win on the season as well. Bruning looking to secure a season championship, and if he's able to get to victory lane, that's all but going to seal the deal for him. So one more race win and these next 3 races and Bruning can breathe a little easier. We'll see how the rest of the night pans out. Rounding out your podium drivers here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway, that's going to be the RCA 15 of Johnny Hamby. Hamby picking up his 2nd win of the season last week at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. What a run that was. Hamby absolutely lights out. Led, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Hamby led every single lap. If it wasn't every lap, it was all but maybe about 3. So that's going to do it for your highlights and spotlights. We're going to now head to the biggest mover of the race, Bill Smitham, up to the 4th position. What a run here for Smitham. He's going to move up into 4th. From 9th to 4th, Bill Smith. Whoa, Bill Smitham, your biggest mover, and we're going to have to slow things down. Caution on the speedway. Caution flag flies here for the 2nd time tonight from New Hampshire Motor Speedway, and it looks like Bill Shermitz has some trouble. Shermitz with some trouble, so what do you say? We check the replay. Let's go back to the Ice Splash replay. And almost an exact copy of what happened there with Shada in the 12 machine. Just kind of got up there on that different bit of racing surface in the tail end of the car, right around. But fortunately enough here for Shermitz, not a lot of significant contact. Still contact to the front end, so the arrow may be a little bit off, but not as bad as what happened there with Shada. And Shada had the trouble going through the center of 3 and 4 as well. Field playing a little bit of games coming to pit road this time around. Your top 3 now make that 4. Will stay out on track. Johnny Hamby, Christopher Brown gonna head to pit lane this time around. Jason Crumley will round out your top 5 now as we are under caution number 2. We're gonna step away from the track, pay a few of the bills. You know how that goes. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And as promised, back trackside, not missing any of the green flag action, pace car into 3 and 4 under caution for the second time tonight. A second solo spin as we work our way through 3 and 4. Darren Fahey gonna bring the field back to the green flag. Marcellus Bruning, Bill Smith, and Daryl Weininger. Crumley right there in 5th as Fahey hits the loud pedal and scoots away from the field. Bruning, a little bit of a slow start there, but he looking to squirt away from the field. Smitham right here now moving into 3rd. Up yet another position tonight. We told you earlier tonight, Chris Brown, one of those drivers that just methodically makes his way through the field, and now he is up a 5th position all the way to 7th as your front 4 step away. We've got 3 lined up from there on back. Daryl Weininger gonna make his first appearance inside of the top 5 here tonight as we are a little past the halfway point. Drivers have less than 30 laps to decide who's gonna walk away with a checkered flag. And could a checkered flag bring Marcellus Bruning a championship clinching performance as he goes to the high side? We'll go side by side into 1 and 2. High side's not going to pay off this time around for the blonde bullet number 61, a double B machine, as Bruning not willing to give it the fight just yet, and he's going to take the advantage going into 3. But here comes the Atari number 9 of Fahey down on the bottom of the racetrack. Close racing action for your top spot across the line. Fahey will lead the lap. Great racing action here by Darren Fahey inside of that Atari number 9, and all of my good buddies over there in Australia. I got a good couple of friends of them, the Thunder from Down Under, as I like to call them. Graham out there, hope you're watching, hope you're having a good time watching some great open wheel action. Mr. Strid setups. If you want some setups, I'm telling you, there's just about no guru better for those international open wheel machines, is how we'll word that one. If you know, you know, and if you don't, well, maybe you need to get yourself iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator, tracks and cars scanned to laser precision, and we are set to roll here tonight. Drivers, laser precision, and until then, we spoke it into existence, and Johnny Hamby gonna make his way by as caution will fly for Bill Smitham as he comes to a stop on the backstretch. Hard impact into that outside wall as we're going to go on board here. I believe we do have an onboard camera shot of that accident, bringing out the 3rd caution of the night. 25 laps to go. Let's go check the replay. And after the initial contact with that right front beginning to be broken, just wasn't able to keep the car out of the outside wall. We'll take one more look at it. We'll see if we've got another vantage point of this one. And I'm getting a thumbs up, so let's check the replay one more time. And there it is, already up against the wall. And it's off break here for Smitham after a run from the back to the front. Smitham gonna head to pit lane, and his day may very well be over. We'll shift our focus back to the drivers left out there on the track. Time for a little bit of house cleaning. 12 drivers took to the starting grid tonight for the iSplash Retro Kart Series. We have still got 8 on track as Bill Smitham, your latest victim tonight to that outside wall. He'll walk away 9th. Austin Dabbs in 10th. Your pole sitter in rookie debut here tonight inside of that number 12 machine. Wade Jada gonna finish back at 11th, and Neil Canning will walk away with 12th place points tonight. So that's gonna leave us with 8 drivers on track, but only 6 left on the lead lap. We'll head back green flag racing with about 22 laps to go. And it is all go mode from this point on. Will Bruning risk it for the biscuit? Checkered flag will secure the Season 2 championship here for Bruning. So how aggressive are you sitting in that 2nd position right now? You know, if you cross the line first at the end of this thing, The championship is yours. It's locked up. Or do you play it safe and just look for another podium? Just stretch that race lead a little bit more heading into next week's race at the Glen. A lot of drivers very familiar with the Glen. It's ran across the board, across multiple facets, series, in many, many different cars and within motorsports itself. So the Glen, a very familiar track, one of those very competitive road courses. Do you try to bypass having to have a good finish by pushing the issue tonight? If there's anything we've learned about the Dutchman inside of that blonde bullet, number 61 machine, that's that Bruni is going to make calculated moves to try to secure a good finish and secure a second championship. Boss man in the flag stand going to give the one finger wave. Our buddy Travis Smith going to cut off those space car lights again, and we'll get back to the action this time around. 21 to go when we drop the hammer. As we get set to go back, green flag racing. While you're here, while you're at it, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Drop them that thumbs up, and as always, join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Hit that thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. Pace car going to stop by the concession stands on pit road, and all the gas quit. Green flag flies once again here in the Northeast 80. 21 laps remaining for the Australian native. Can the man from Melbourne get the job done? Bruni slow to get back on the gas. Little bit of a gap. He's going to have to make up a half of a second to try to battle it out for that checkered flag. Darrell Weininger now going to break into a podium position. The Miller High Life number 42 sitting right there on third. Last week's race winner Johnny Hamby on the outside of the podium position, but looking in. Jason Crumley now in fifth with Chris Brown, who's sitting in sixth. The last driver listed on the lead lap, and it looks like we thought maybe it was a little bit of strategy earlier here tonight for Brown and that 37 crew, but it looks like just a bit of a struggle with the power unit. It just doesn't seem to have the horsepower he needs to get the job done here tonight. So Brown going to be trying to look for a top five, and I believe if Brown's able to do that, he's going to be pretty satisfied with the results of tonight's Northeast 80. But we got a battle for the race lead. Bruni going to look to the bottom. Not going to take it. He's going to fall back in line, back into tire tracks here as we go. Back across the line, 18 laps and now remaining here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway with the Ice Splash Retro Kart League. And off of two, everybody got a foul for he. Tell you what, why don't we take a look back? Do we got that camera shot? Oh, we're going to look inside the camera. Inside the cockpit here, onboard camera, looking at the driver. You can see the hands on the wheel. Let's see how they go in the corner. Just a steady little tug to the left. No counter steering there from Fahey, and that is the look of a very good handling race car. As we look back off on the right-hand side, we're looking back at Marcellus Bruni. Just look how close these front three drivers are with each other. Now a pass on the outside. Bruni gonna look to go the high lane up in the oh my goodness. But he's gonna go around on the bottom. Fourth caution of the night gonna fly, and oh my goodness, Marcellus Bruni gonna escape. A catastrophe right there. Bruni will escape the he with contact with the outside wall, and Chris Brown gonna catch a piece of this one as well. Tough break for all of these drivers as we're gonna go back and we're gonna check that caution one more time. Whoa, Bruni barely makes it. Here comes Christopher Brown, and he's gonna have an issue on the bottom of the racetrack. We'll take one more look at it here. And Bruni going to head to the top of the racetrack. No contact here, but he's just going to lose it thinner late off of corner exit into the outside wall, and that's going to damage the right front. Left front, I apologize, of that 79 machine. That Lotus 79 going to have a little bit of issues. Chris Brown with trouble under this latest incident. Let's take a look and see what happened here with the 37. At the top of the racetrack, he's going to get up in the dirty, up in the marbles, and he's going to have himself a self-spin. No contact, so fortunately enough, Brown will be able to... Whoa, and there's some contact. Oh, my. And just when we thought he was able to escape terminal damage there, Brown going to get caught up. Late contact, and oh, man. Never a dull moment, never an uncontested finish here at the Ice Splash Retro Kart League. Marcellus Bruni made the move to go to the high-sided 1 and 2, and that very well may have been his saving grace. He's going to dodge the spinning Darren Fahey and take the top spot away. Daryl Weiniger looking low as the spinning car in front of him washes up the racetrack. Weiniger will walk away now in second, and here comes Johnny Hamby, the 15 RCA machine, back inside of a podium position, up one position from where he qualified. And Hamby looking to reel in Bruning. The field cannot afford to let Bruning get another race win in his back pocket. You don't want to let the man take it easy next week at Watkins Glen. You got to make it hard on him. And coming into tonight's race, sitting 11 points ahead of his fellow competitors, Bruning could stretch this thing out to almost 20 points of an advantage heading into the final 2 weeks of the season. Yes, there is a drop week involved, but you get another race win, you can go ahead and toss out that worst finish, and you're still going to have a net gain. So at the end of the day here, Bruning looking pretty sitting front of the field. And with 12 laps to go, we'll get the 1 to go. This time around, 12 laps remaining for these drivers to reel in your race leader. Bruni has not led a single lap here tonight until under caution. Caution flag coming at lap number 65. And we'll get ready to drop the hammer. Drivers down the back stretch along single file train of cars. When does Bruning go? Does he go as quick as he can, or does he try to catch him sleeping a little bit by heading into that restart zone? Quick restarts for your second and third caution. How will Bruning play this? Pace car down and away. We go. Green flag flies as Bruning gonna set sail on the field. Great restart there for Bruning. As we cross the line, the lap number 67 will get underway. Top three step away from the field. Bruning looking to walk away from Daryl Weininger. Johnny Hamby struggling a little bit. He's going to have that third position all but locked up, and we got trouble. Trouble on the track. Caution flag will fly. And it looks like Chris Brown having a little more issues here tonight. Trouble for that 37. Let's check the Ice Splash replay one time here, as he's going to make his way off the pit lane. Looks like he's just going to have a big spin, really. Yeah, that's going to bring the caution out. And, well, no, never actually made it out on the track there. So, tough break. We're going to have a quick caution here. Maybe race officials seeing some fluid out of the out of the undercarriage of that 37. We'll see if he heads back down pit lane to address some of the problems that race officials are wanting to look at here. We'll see what happens with the 37, but this is playing right into Bruning's hands here. Remember, no green, white checkers in these Lotus 79s. We run the retro theme all the way across the board. Old school paint, old school cars, old school schedules with old school rules. No green, white checkers. These drivers are only going to have a few laps remaining here. It's going to be about 4 laps, I believe, of a racing left when we get back to action. So not in the clear yet, not out of the woods. Bruning still has an opportunity to throw this one away, and he's got a great opportunity to pretty much clinch up that season championship. So a lot riding on this restart. We'll see if Bruning's able to walk away. Darrell Weininger will restart in second. Johnny Hamby right there in third. Jason Crumley, how about the great job by that number 83 machine, just quietly and safely making his way inside of the top 5. He's going to grab that 4th spot as Darren Fahey's still out on track, but the Wounded Warrior, the fast man, and that Atari retro scheme, Fahey going to be listed back in 5th. So as the field makes their way off of turn number 2, we'll watch them all head down the backstretch and into turn number 3. Pace car lights are still on, but we're going to have at least one more to go. We're hearing a little bit of chatter on the radio that we will see the one finger wave this time by the boss man in the flag stand. We'll see if that holds to be true. Just over 5 miles of racing remaining here for these Ice Splash Retro Kart Series drivers. It's all about who wants it the most at this point in time. I mean, if you're Tara Weininger or you're Johnny Hamby, you got to be thinking. You got to be wondering. You got to be wanting this thing to stay green, and you got to look to make the pass. You got to have a good restart here. You cannot afford to let Bruning scoot away with a half a second advantage by the time you get to turn number 1. I mean, yes, the draft is there. Yes, you can get a little bit of a tow trying to reel these drivers back in. But again, everything you lose on a restart is something you have to gain here. So Weininger, Hamby, Crumley, Fahey all looking to have a great restart. Unfortunately, Darren, he's going to be the driver that's going to have the most issues here. A little bit of damage on the front end of that number 9 Atari machine. And as the field heads through 3 and 4, we're going to get ready to roll. The pace car will duck off, make that left-hand turn, and we'll get back to action once again here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. And on the gas, quick, Bruning steps away. Green flag flies. Once again, here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway, 5 laps now remaining. Weininger looking to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to gain a little bit of time down there on the bottom. Scrapes off some speed by sliding to the top, but a good run off of 2. He's still going to gain some net time on Bruning. We're going to have a battle here coming across the line. 4 laps remain. Can Weininger reel him in? This is your closest battle on the racetrack. Darrell Weininger looking for that race-winning performance. Can he get to victory lane for the first time this season in that Miller High Life? Number 42. He's got to take down one of the wily veterans, one of the fast cars week in, week out. Marcellus Bruning in that ABB, number 61 Blonde Bullet Machine, looking to secure his second win of the season and looking to secure a season championship. We've got one driver slow on the backstretch. That's going to be Chris Brown. He's just trying to get all he can here tonight as we come off of turn number 4. Popsicle sticks on display. Just 2 to go here from New Hampshire. 2 miles of racing remain as Weininger drops to the bottom looking for a little more. He's got the toe. He's got to run down the backstretch. Not going to be able to do anything with it. Not close enough just quite yet. We're going to have a close finish here once again. Oh, Weininger's going to lose some ground. He's going to lose ground through 3 and 4. White flag flies. Final lap for the man inside of that number 61 machine, Marcellus Bruning, looking to secure the Season 2 championship with a race-winning performance. He's going to duck down to the bottom of the racetrack. That's going to give Weininger the outside run. Here comes Weininger on the high side. Can he get there? No. Little bit of a wiggle. He'll lose the nose, and it's going to be just enough for Bruning to capture the flag. Crossing the line first, your race winner, Marcellus Bruning, back to victory lane. Great run by Daryl Weininger. He's going to finish back in second. And how about Jason Crumley? Crumley going to come out of nowhere, and he's going to knock off Johnny Hamby. Crumley going to round out your podium drivers here tonight in the Northeast 80 from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. What a run. What a night. As your race winners on his cool down lap. Yes, indeed, he got the job done here tonight. And as he gets set to give the fans in the stands a little bit of a smoke show for his post-race celebrations, we're going to step away and get our post-race interviews set up and ready to go. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside here, high above New Hampshire Motor Speedway, The new Northeast 80 already in the bag, and what a night, what a run here tonight. We're going to run down some of your podium drivers. Jason Crumley getting the job done here tonight. What a run by the man inside of that 83 machine. Jason Crumley going to round out the podium for us here tonight, and that's going to move us right along to the man that walked away second. Daryl Weininger going to walk away with second place here tonight, the Indianapolis, Indiana native, with a great run up through the field, and we'll see if that 42 can parlay this into a good finish next week at Watkins Glen. But first, before we go, we're going to go right down the road, and we're going to head into Victory Lane. We're going to see if we can't catch up and have a few words with the man parked with the checkered flag in hand. Let's see if we can't grab a few words with our good buddy Marcellus Bruning. It's Dave of the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Absolutely, man. What a night. What a run for you and your 61 crew. Finally able to get back to Victory Lane. You visited Victory Lane, I believe it was in Phoenix to start off the season. And just
Yep.
kind of been just a little bit of a drought as far as victories are concerned for you, but finally picking up that second win. How good does it feel, especially getting that win this late in season two?
It feels really good, Dave. I had a little trouble in practice, actually. The car snapping on me after about like 15 to 20 laps in, and so I was a little worried. I started the race just taking it easy and just making sure I was going to stay with these guys. And when we had the first yellow, I just I kind of dove in right away because I'm thinking we're going to have more yellows, and at lap 23 I believe it was, so I'm pretty sure we're going to only need one stop if we stop now. And everybody followed that example. I noticed that I think I was behind Fahey or Fahey. I don't know how to pronounce his name. How do you pronounce his name?
Well, I don't
Fahey?
know.
Fahey?
I don't know if I'm saying it right either, but I say Fahi. I don't know if
Fahey.
I'm right
Okay,
either.
let,
He
let's
hasn't
let's stick
yelled
with
at me
that for
yet,
now.
Mark. So I
Yeah.
mean, I guess it's okay, right?
Let's stick with Fahey then. But I mean, I noticed he was watching me in his mirrors for that first yellow, and as soon as I dove in, he made a late dive for pit lane as well, and everybody behind us did. So that kind of evened out everything right away once again. And then after that, I mean, I was keeping my eye on trying to just stay with him, and then keeping my eye on where Hamby was, obviously, because Hamby is my biggest opponent in the championship. So yeah, I mean, and then when he spun out, that's kind of what I had in practice, so it had me a little worried. So from there on out, I think I was kind of saved by the few yellows that we had in that short period of time, kind of giving me a break and letting my tires cool off, and because I think when you drift this car too much, and you're like, especially turn two was really slick. Coming out of turn two, getting back on the throttle was really tricky today. So I think those yellows kind of saved me. It gives you a chance to recoup. It gives you a chance to cool things off a little bit, and then go for it again. And single file restarts. I'll be honest with you, that is an advantage for whoever's in front.
Yeah, driver's able to kind of scoot away a little bit quicker. I mean, it's always when you're the control car, you always have a little bit of an advantage, but when drivers have to stay single file behind you, well, just kind of compounds that advantage a little bit more here. Want to talk to you just for a second about that looseness that you were saying, or the unsettling of the car through the center of the corners, especially in two. We've seen two separate self spins, both from drivers inside of the top three. You were battling there with, I believe that was Darren. You two were battling, and he just kind of lost it there, center about the midway point on the track, center off, and you were able to narrowly escape the sliding car up the track.
Mm.
How worried were you at that point when you
Oh,
seen
I
that
was,
car
I
going
was,
around?
I saw that back end go away, and I'm thinking, oh, we're done here. I was just really lucky to get by there without any. We didn't even touch, I don't think. I was just lucky, dude. I mean, I saw that back end starting to slide, and I'm thinking, oh man. And the only choice you really have to make is that the car's going to slide to the outside, because there's no other way to go in these short turns on these 1 mile ovals. So I mean, I just let go of the throttle right away and just gave it everything I thought I could without spinning myself to just dive to the inside, and luckily that worked out. But yeah, it definitely had me worried. It's very tricky on short ovals.
Yeah, I mean the tail end of these cars seem to be a little bit unsettled when you would make that go over the seams there with the different compounds of pavement here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
Yeah, and
So
there's another thing, Dave. There's the New Hampshire Speedway. The lowest lane, right by the yellow line, has a different banking than the other lanes. It's progressive banking here, and that makes the inside lane pretty much undrivable. And in turns 3 and 4, you can stay in that second lane and use that, and that doesn't give you any. Turn 3 and 4 never gave me a problem. Maybe it was a direction of the wind. I don't even know if we had wind. But turn two, coming off turn two, I don't know if you noticed, but I came into turn one a lot higher than Fahey did all the time, simply because I wanted some air on those wings, and I wanted to have a smoother out over turn two. And I think that worked.
yeah, it must have, because I mean you were one of the few drivers that didn't seem to have too many handling issues throughout the course of tonight's race, which lo and behold has got you right here talking with us again. As always, it's been a pleasure to catch up with you at the end of these things. Another podium finish, another race win, and you're looking to secure another season championship as we head to Watkins Glen next week, and then down to Laguna Seca to finish things off here in season number 2. So once again, congratulations on your second win of the season. Before we let you go, though, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
As always, Dave, I want to thank you for putting on a great show for us. I want to thank iSplash for being the series sponsor this time. I hope they stick around for next season. I also want to mention this time, I keep forgetting him, but I really want to mention Bill Smitham. He takes care of our website. I mean, he's super fast. Whenever I ask him to change something, it's done right, like in a few hours. So thank you very much, Bill, for all your help on that. I think it looks great. Other than that, guys, next 2 races are road courses. Johnny is a strong contender there, so we got to make sure we stay out of trouble. We hope to see you all back there.
All right. Well, again, Mark, always a pleasure to catch up with you, and we'll see if you can't cap this thing off before we head to Laguna Seca, but you never know how it goes. So until then, as always, stay safe and keep it fast.
Thank you very much, Dave. We'll see you next week.
All right, there you have it. Looking back at the man inside of the machine, getting the job done here tonight. His ABB Blonde Bullet 61. Marcellus Bruning gonna take the race win here in the Northeast 80 for the iSplash Retro Kart League, and that's pretty much gonna do it for us. We're gonna get ready to cut off the lights and roll up the cords and begin to head out into, well, we're going to head a little bit south. We're going to head to Watkins Glen, a beautiful race facility there at the Glen. Can't wait to get myself there, to be honest with you. And it does indeed sound like producers already hitting those buttons in the background. So as you hear the familiar sounds, you know it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results. Walking away with the top spot here tonight in the Northeast 80. Inside it is a double B. Blonde Bullet number 61 machine. Marcellus Bruni will take the top spot. Daryl Weininger in the 42 will finish in second, with Jason Crumley grabbing the third and final podium position here tonight. Johnny Hamby with a great run. The RCA 15 will finish in fourth. The wounded Darren Fahey will walk away with the final spot on the lead lap. He'll finish in fifth. Sixth tonight belongs to Christopher Hamling. Bill's Shermans in the 17 will finish his debut race here back in seventh. Chris Brown is eighth. Bill Smitham, late race trouble, and Smitham will find himself finishing in ninth. Texaco Havaline Big K, number 2 of Austin Dams, finishes in 10th. Neil Kenning and Wade Shada back in 12th. Rounding out the 12-car field here tonight for the Northeast 80. That's going to do it for us. That's going to be it. But before we go, as always, Show these drivers some love and appreciation. Join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Drop these drivers that thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell. Over there at the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave of the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by, whether you're sliding in to say hey, or you're one of the dedicated fans, friends, or family. We appreciate each and every one of you. Without you, there would be no us. Stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet ya in Turn 3.